Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and as you can see, we're attempting re-entry. This is going to be interesting because, well, we've got a bunch of mass on us, and in fact, let's transfer a little bit of that over there. Oh, so we've still got quite a bit of ways to go, but we're already underway, so yeah, let's get started. So yes, welcome back to another glorious day on the alien world, or at least in the atmosphere of one. Now, before we get started, I do want to say welcome to the community, to some of the folks who have been recently joining us. Also want to give a huge shout out to the folks who have joined us over on the Patreon side of the house. Not only do... let me try that again. Not only does that help the channel very, very much because of the fact that it does, you know, we do community events, we have community servers that we run, so every little bit helps. So, you know, it is because of folks like you and the folks who have been part of the community that really do make this whole thing possible. And so, jokes aside, thank you very much. On that note, let's get ourselves down to the planet as fast as possible. Oh, so happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you had a fantastic week. Oh, it's a bit of a short week for the folks in the US. If you were one of the folks who were fortunate enough not to be working this past Monday, it was only a 4-day week for you. If you're one of the folks that were not fortunate enough to be not working on Monday, my condolences, and hopefully it was a fantastic week. So anyway... Oh, so for the folks who have been here for since Monday, you probably remember me talking about how the current ship that I am in is slightly influenced by the ship that you saw in yesterday's video with the Dredden, basically the multiplayer stuff. He and I have been hanging out and having some fun. We're building what he has referred to as the Dragonfly. I'm still not sold on that name, but it is definitely appropriate for the overall design. But yeah, so we ended up making a couple of the small ships. If you haven't seen that yet, definitely go check it out. If you have some time and you want to see some different perspectives on Space Engineers as well as some other games, you know, after you're done watching this video, go check out his channel. We do have links in the sidebar on the main channel, so... Alright, so let's get ourselves over this way a little bit more. Landing zone is what we are looking for. We're 12k out and 10k up, so yeah. Waiting to see if... Oh, might help if I turned on the inertial dampeners, huh? That was almost a very short re-entry. Would have been spectacular, but it would have been short. I think the worst part about it is that I would be most upset by losing the 150k of platinum on board. I don't think... you know, don't get me wrong. I would be sad to see this little ship go up already, but I think I would be more sad to lose that much platinum. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing over. So the fun part is going to be trying to land this beast. I know that we have enough potential thrust off of the atmospherics to support this thing. What I don't know is if we have enough power. Because this thing is coming in pretty fast, actually. So... did we just have... Oh, that's bad. We just had hydrogen flare out. That's not good. There we go. Okay, so yes, we are, well, relatively speaking, safe. Spotlights are on. We're getting to the point where the atmospheric, we are out of line of solar light. So yeah, let's go ahead and level this thing off, I think. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and bring this beast in. So it looks like we're able to maintain altitude with just the atmospherics. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Once we get the platinum refined, we'll be able to put the pulse thrusters on, which are hybrid thrusters. So we'll be able to use those atmospherically as well as transatmospherically. That is going to be awesome. So this little ship basically was a... well, I'm going to keep her around. I actually like the ship. Alright. So what we're going to need to do is swing this beast around. Alright, and I can tell we're too far forward, so we're going to back ourselves up here a little bit. And that should put us in line with the connector. Is that right? Oh, connector is over one block. Okay. Our overall alignment's looking pretty good. That might be a little far back, yeah. What I'm going to need to do is set up a something as a target here. And I can't tell if we're slightly nose up. We want to be slightly nose down. Alright, so we are, looks like, safely down. We are safely down, look at that. And we're able to go in here and do that. Now, if I am correct, hopefully, let's look at our refineries. And can we get... Look at that. We have platinum refining. All of our platinum is in 2 refineries. You know what? You go that way. We're going to go cargo 4, I think it is. Yes. Throw this stuff over there. How much silicon do we have? We have plenty of silicon. We're still going to need more cobalt, and we got plenty of nickel. Gold is our next, which should be getting pushed through here now. So we're going to go ahead and actually uranium, platinum, cobalt. Let's swap you out, move you back into storage. There we go. And we're going to drop, I don't know, where do we want to drop this one out? Because we still need cobalt. We don't need cobalt quite as badly as we did. Alright. So I think we're going to let that run like so for a little bit. All of our platinum is in the process of being refined. So the thing with the platinum, for those who don't know, each type of material takes a different amount of time to process, and it processes at a different percentage rate. So iron is, like for every 100 iron you get 1 ingot out of it. For platinum it's like every 1,000, I think. It may even be 10,000, I don't remember. But you end up getting very little material for what you bring back, which is why you need to bring so much of it back. But at the same point, let me show you here. Do we have a... There's a control panel. Look at you. So if you want to use the platinum in something, let's say thruster components, because those are usually the first thing you build. If you notice, each thruster component only requires 0.13 platinum. So you can get enough platinum to make a small vehicle with thrusters very, very easily once you start processing it. To give you an idea, we have... Which platinum do we have refined already? So we have enough to make over, what, 1,000 thruster components already? Alright. Let's see here. There they are. Yeah, you only need 133 platinum to make 1,000 components. So you don't need much, but at the same point, you do, because you're going to end up making so many thrusters. You just want to grab as much of it as you can. Okay, on the production here again. Now, one of the reasons I'm so excited to grab the platinum is that we can start making these. Now, the Xenu cores you use in the tier 3 and 4 large grid drills and tools, and those things, the amount of resource that you can use or that you can pull out using those things is just absolutely ridiculous. It also allows us to make things like our shield system. So we have our field emitters that we're going to use. Let me see. Do we actually have... I think we have shields installed. Let me see here. Now I'm going to have to check. Large beam drill. There's our shower. What's funny is I'm looking for it in here and it might not even show up in the build menu. Yeah, it doesn't look like it does. Alright, let's check. Do we have shields? We do have shields. Okay. So we are going to get into the shield system. Now the thing is that with the particular version of the shield system that we have installed, it's the shell, it's the hard shell shield. So what that means is we're not going to be able to put it on ground-based vehicles because it is a complete sphere that will encapsulate the whatever you've added it to. So for ground-based vehicles, this is a problem because you need to be in contact with the ground for it to work. So I'm not unfortunately going to be able to use this on the Behemoth or on the small rover, but we can use it on our scout ships as well as the other flyers. And the reason I like this particular shield mod, I before I go any further, I absolutely love the other shield mod. The thing that I didn't like about it is that you increase your shield power by building more shield generators, but the shield generators don't require a lot of energy in order to be powered. And when you get them fully upgraded, you can make a ship that's basically invulnerable. Because it will have such a high shield regen as well as such a high shield output, it makes it basically impossible to get through those shields in some cases. With the hard shell shield, it takes damage when you run into things, and because it is an area around the ship that is defined. It makes it less useful when you're doing things like flying through asteroids. If you're trying to go through the center of an asteroid, you generally need to turn the shields off unless you're a very small ship going through a very large asteroid, hollow asteroid. So that is something that I like about it. You really do have to make those types of sacrifices and compromises when you're building with it. The other thing that I like about it is that the shield potential is based on the amount of reactors that you have. The more power you're producing, the higher your level of regen, as well as the higher the level of shield capacity. but it's built on or based on a slider that sets the percentage. So you can have 100% regen with almost no shield, or you can have 100% shield with almost no regen. And so it's up to you as to which way you want to go with it. So they do have some of these other things where you have the controllers, the shields, but you can pressurize them, the emitters, modulators, and I'm trying to remember what the modulator does. I think the modulator is the strength of the shield. No, the modulator is going to be the recharge of the shield, and the enhancer is going to be the strength of the shield. So you can actually boost them, but by adding these, so if you put a shield enhancer in, it takes one of the slots that you'd be able to put the shield modulator in, and you can only have one shield generator on your build, unless they change that. They may have changed it, but I don't think so. I think it's still limited to a single emitter. So depending on what you want to do and how you're planning on balancing it, it's you actually do have to make conscious choices, and I like that. Right. So let's head back up here really quick. Everything is locked down. You are attached. And we want to see how much platinum we have refined at this point. Put the 64 there. Oh, no, it's gold. Alright, so... Actually, no. You go down there. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted cargo 4. There you go. Okay, but yeah, see what I was saying about how long it takes? We've been talking about this for a good 10 minutes, and we've only got about 7 platinum, so... Now, I want to say the blast furnace does not work with platinum. Now I'm going to have to try it. See, I didn't want to... I was trying not to think about it. I was like, well, maybe the blast furnace... Let's see here. And for those who don't know what the blast furnace is, it is just what it says. It is what you get, or you get what it says on the wrapper. Alright, so we put one of you there. Oh, you know what? Oh no, okay, Bob is running. Okay. I was gonna say, well, Bob's probably turned off. Alright. So for the arc furnace, let's see if we can grab some platinum here. Let's go 35k. Yeah, see. So the blast furnace will refine faster, but you don't get any of the additional resources you get from putting it in through an actual refinery. So as you can see, it's just tearing through this stuff. Alright. So let's go. I want iron. How much iron do we have? We got 2 million iron. Let's go ahead and move the cobalt back over here. Put the iron in there. No cobalt. We don't want you over there. We want the iron in there. Alright. So that's going to burn through all of that fairly quickly. I'm at the point where I'm not too worried about it because we do have the rest of the refineries for additional stuff. And that just gets us a little bit more resource, a little bit more quickly. Alright, so I think that is everything. Okay. So let's take a minute and chat about what the future plans are for the series. Because we now have a reliable craft that we have proven can get up to MBAC pretty much fully loaded, or at least under significant load for materials. And works really well for gathering those materials. The ship that we are building, right, this thing, the Behemoth, is pretty much done at this point. I mean, there's some decorating and things that we can still do with it. But the ship itself, especially as a mobile base, is pretty much good to go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a blueprint of this later today, and then, well, by the time the video comes out, this will go up on the workshop, I don't know, maybe tonight. That way you'll have a chance to see it, know it's there, and then go check it out if you want to, play with it. I will have a list of all of the required mods with it. That way you will know exactly what you need in order to have one of your very own. And if anybody does anything, like if you take it and modify it and re-release it, I'm fine with that. Just let me know, and shoot me a link if you do so, because I would really love to see what you do change-wise. I'm always interested to see how people take something that somebody like this was built like this. Because it was kind of a joint venture. We all had some fun. We hung out while we did it. So I'd like to see what you do with it. But yeah. And if you are a content creator and you do something like multiplayer or just your own adventure series with it, definitely link that. I will be glad to help promote that out. I would love to see that type of action taken with these things. All right, so I think the only thing left to do at this point, and I've kind of teased about it a little bit, I'm going to make this a grav base. We're going to make it hover. So before I do that, we're going to grab a blueprint of just this thing, and then that way you'll have a blueprint with the wheels, and we'll take the wheels off, put hover engines on, maybe strap some thrusters to this thing somewhere. I have no clue where we're going to strap thrusters to it, but I'm guessing we'll probably mount them like down here-ish? Maybe? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But that will be a challenge for the next time. I think we're going to go ahead and call this one here. It's a bit of a shorter episode, but it is Friday. I know you all have things to do and places to be, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe. Not only do the likes and subscriptions, and even when you leave those wonderful comments down below, do the help the channel to grow. They let me know you're enjoying the content, and well, that's a large portion of why I'm here. I enjoy doing this and I enjoy sharing it, and it's always nice to know that people enjoy watching it, so I do appreciate it. And on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day, have a fabulous weekend, and we will see you all back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. All right, so let's go get things processed up, and yeah, get on to the next build.